Good day, everyone. My name is Abdikabir Akinlabi. Um, I have three topics here. I hope I'll be able to cover them. I think this 7:33. There are two of them are just theoretical. This thing that I want you to understand because they are very key in the history of or in the journey to programming, especially in PHP. So the first one I'm going to discuss is data type. You see, in any programming language, you must have to talk about data type. There are different kind of data type, but when you are reading anything programming, you should go and be reading other data types. But what I will personally discuss here is some data types that are very key that will not confuse you. The first one I'm going to discuss among the data type is known as string. String is anything that involves letter, characters and the rest. Let's take for instance, you have a variable a and you store school inside it. You see this school, you can see it's comprised of letters S, C and the rest. So this is a string. I want you to just get the name. I'm not using it to do anything. Just get the name. Look at a string. And one thing that is very important about string is that you must have to encode them inside the quotation. So now look at this string school. I now use a function var underscore dump. I just want you to get the name of this variable. So we are discussing string. So now if I should check it, look at this now. If I should refresh this one now and refresh, you can see the string has, this is a string. You can see it returns string. It has 1 2 3 4 5 6 characters. What brings this out is that variable var underscore dump. So that's one kind of data type we have. I don't want to waste much time there. So just know that we have a string data type. Anytime you have a string, you must have to encode it inside the quotation, either single or double quotation. You can either do it like this. You can have a variable b equals to maybe sikiru. So this is also a string. You understand? So you can now declare have the variable var underscore dump, so that you have that you can see sikiru is also a string. So that's one kind of variable we have. Another kind of variable that we have is integer. Integer variable is anything that has that, let's declare a variable c, number without decimal, any number from 1 and this thing without a decimal point, that's a string. So when you have variable you call variable dump. You see, this variable dump is a function which we are going to discuss later, how to talk about function. Variable dump c, so that you know the kind of variable, the kind of data it is. So that one will be having let me check. You can see int, that one is integer 123. So that is integer. You understand? That's one kind of another types of data types we have. So as I've said, all these ones are theoretical aspects that you need to know in case we move further. So that's another kind of data type you have. Another type of data type you have is the one with decimal points. You know, it is known as floats. You understand? I just want you to get it. That one is known as floats. So now look at floats. Now when you have something points, you know, when you are dealing with money, so this one is a float. This variable dump c will now give us, it should give us float. You can see float. That's that. Then another data type we have is boolean. Boolean is something is true or false. You understand? So um data type, another kind of data type we have, let's assume we declare a variable is login equals to true. So now variable underscore dump to check the data type of what, of this login. So that is bool. You can see it is true. It is either it is true or it is false. So it is still boolean. You can see false. So those are the data types we have. We have other kind of data type. We have array. You understand? So if I declare this one as an array, when I have something like this, you understand, array, when we have the first element of the array Sikiru, another element we have Aziz, then another element we have Yusuf. So that means this time around the variable is going to be an array. You can see these are array. So we are going to get to array after in our next class. I hope you were able to finish these three topics. So those are those data types I want you to get. This array. We also have objects in PHP. So that is it. So what I'm going to treat, all these ones are just data types. So then I want to teach operators now. Operators, all these ones, they are very, very important. Operators. So we have different kinds of operators. We have arithmetic operators, and normally in arithmetic we don't need to waste time on this one. On arithmetic we have let's assume I have a variable called a. Then this is an operator, plus variable b, or let me just say variable a equals to 2 plus 3. You see, this plus is an arithmetic operator for echo variable a. So that means it's going to echo 5. So that is addition operator. All those ones are not something difficult. We also have the subtraction operators, the multiplication. I hope you know how to do multiplication. This is multiplication here. So 2 times 3, so echo a, you have 6. So all those ones are not difficult. The same thing with division. Look at this thing of division. You have 0.6, this thing. So these are arithmetic operators. But the one that is that you must, maybe probably you've not had, is known as modulus. Modulus is remainder after division. Remainder after division. So that modulus, for instance, when you have 4 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2 is just 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So, but for modulus, we have this is how to signify it. 4 modulus 2, 4 divided by 2, the remainder after the division. So at this time around is going to return 0. So there is a place you are going to use the modulus. It's very, very important, especially when you want to get certain remainder after divisions. There are many this thing like that where you need to find remainders after division. So this one is going to return 0 because 4 divided by 2 does not have any remainder. But when we have 5 divided by 2, so 5 divided by 2, what will happen after the remainder is what? Is 1. So that is modulus. Then another operator we also have is exponentiation. When we want to write 5 raised to power 2, so this is how to do that one. 5 raised to power 2 is 25. That's 5 times 5. So you see, all these ones, they are just theoretical this thing that I must have to mention it because they are very key to programming. So not that we actually doing something tangible, but is a theoretical part that I must have to mention. So that is exponentiation. Then all these ones, they are what? Arithmetic operators. Arithmetic. So that's arithmetic operators. I've discussed it: addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Then modulus. Modulus is remainder after division. Try and do something on that. Then we have exponentiation. When you want to do exponential, you do with this sign. So what you just need to do here as a student of programming is just write it down. As you are watching the video, write it down somewhere. Even though if you are not needing it now, you will need it later. So now What I would like to discuss again is assignments operators. So this is where we will spend a little bit time, but the most important one is when I'm treating string. So assignment operators, yes, assignment operators. One of the assignment operators we have is when you are saying something, maybe for instance you declare a variable x, so x is equals to 1. You understand? Then when you now say x, this equals to is assignment. So when you echo x, because you have assigned 1 to x, is going to give you 1. So that is assignment. Then another thing that's very important is, at this time when you now say x, variable x equals to that same variable x plus 1. This time around, assignment 1 is here, so we now have plus 1 again, so it will give us 2. You understand? So this thing is the same thing as you writing it. Now you have to take note of this. So when you want to write this, let me comment this out. It's the same thing as you writing it as x plus equals to 1. Are you getting it? So the meaning of plus equals to 1 is like you are saying x is equals to x, variable x is equals to variable x plus 1. So it's the same thing as, instead of you repeating this thing, it's the same thing as you assigning it this way. All these ones are operators. They are all assignment operators. This time around, you're still going to return 2. So when if you have 2 here, so this time around we should have 3, because you are adding x plus x is equals to x plus 2. So this is the meaning. So those are part of the assignment operators we have. We still have same thing with minus. You can practice it with minus. It is as if you are writing x is equals to x minus 2. So this time around you have minus 1. You understand? Because x is 1, and if you minus 2 from 1, you have minus 1. So I think we've passed through several of all these operators, except all these ones I'm mentioning now. So there's another kind of operators we have. You see, all these ones that I'm mentioning now, they are very, very important. So you will not see them now, except until we get to developing something that is very key in programming, maybe when we are developing applications. So another kind of operator we have is comparison operators. Let me say, for example, we have variable a equals to 8. Take for instance this assignment. So we have variable b equals to 7. Are you getting it? So when you say a is greater than variable a is less than variable b. Now is a less than variable b? So a, we have here, so this is less than, and truly a is not less than b. So this is what you call less than. So you can, if you want to get it, you can say if variable a is less than variable b. Are you getting it? Let us echo true. Else echo true. Else echo false. So normally you are going to have false, because I don't know why I saw an error here, undefined x in line 15. Okay. Yes. So is A less than B? So it's not less than B, so we have false. So this is one of the assignment or comparison operator that we have, less than. We also have, there's one, greater than. So when you have greater than, or if you are, is this one A greater than B? Is A greater than B? True. Yes, it's greater than B. A is greater than B. So when we have is A greater than or equals to, so there's another comparison. Is it greater than and greater than or equals to B? So it's still true. It's greater than or equals to. That means that if we still have B as 8, so it's still going to return true. You understand? But if you have 9 here, so that means it's going to be false. So this one we have comparison operators. Now something that we have less than or equals to, these are things you are going to read at the end of this course. I'm going to, or at the end of the theoretical aspects, I will give you material that you are going to read, because those are just, all these ones are just theoretical aspects. So what I would just want to discuss is when you want to say not equals to, not equals, this one is known as not equal. You see this not equal, okay, this is 750. That's how many minutes have I spent? 750. Okay, this not equal is A is not equals to B. Is A not equals to B truly? Yes. So it's going to return true. This is called not equals to. So these are the things I want you to just take. Not equals to. Now not equals to, yes, is true, because A is not equals to B. But let's assume we have 9 here also. You know that A is equals to B, but it's now telling us is A not equals to B, so it's going to return false. A not equals to B. This one is true, but in real sense it is false. So you can see false. Now I want us to now discuss. What I will do is that I'm going to have 2 videos tonight, so that I can upload that of string also, because I think I'm spending much time here. So, and I want to treat something that is very very important, which is string and their functions. So now here there's something that I want to discuss here. You see, when you say A, when we have string here, string of 9, and B is just integer. You know, this one is a string. Upon the fact that I'm writing 9, is a string, and B here is an integer. When you say this kind of equals to, the meaning of this equals to means, is it equal in terms of is it identical? That is it equal to B in terms of the content? Look at 9 here, 9 here. So this one is going to return true, because we have 9 here, we have 9 here, but this one is a string, while this one is an integer. You understand? So now here you are going to have true. Do you know the reason why we are having true? Is because we have 9 here, we have 9 here. But when you use this kind of operator is known as, let me write, I don't know if it's going to, this one is known as equal to in terms of content. So there is A equals to B. Actually they are equals to, but when you have this kind of comparison operator, this one is known as identical. So this one this time around is identical. Are they the same thing in content and data types? So look at 9 here is a string, 9 here is an integer. So When you say equals to 3 times, means is A identical as B? Let us ask ourselves, is A as identical as B? They are not identical, because A is an is a string, while B is an integer. So they are not identical. So this time around is going to return false, because they are not I have not saved it. Okay, so it's going to return false. Are you getting it? I want us to get this concept, because if you notice what we when we were doing if statements and the rest, we saw this kind of operators. So I want you to practice yourself theoretically. Just practice this video, so that we can you can know it and differentiate them. So, because let me give you an hint to, or let me expose something, hint to where we'll be using all these things, especially when we start dealing with array and database. You have to compare content of an array to one another. So we are going to compare that. So we will be using all these things. So that's the reason why we need to understand them very well. Greater than all those ones, they are someone who has gone through normal conventional school will be able to understand all these ones. Greater than, less than, but you have to take note of, is it greater than or equals to? You remember when we were doing when we were trying to do what's it called, greater than or equals to, that if this thing is greater than or equals to, if 2 is greater than or equals to something, 2 will be involved, but anything less than 2 will not be involved. So you have to get that. When you say, when you have 9 here, and you say is A greater than or equals to, is A greater than or equals to B? A is not greater than B, but it is equals to B. So this time around it's still going to return true. So that is it. Don't forget that. So now this time around, if you say is A not greater than, this not greater than, no, so A is not equal to, or not equals to B. You understand? So this time around we have variable A 9, we have variable B, which are equal. Are they the same thing? They are the same thing. But this here is saying that is it not the same? Is A not equals to B? So A not equals to B is false. You understand? So we have several of them. So by the time we also have logical operators like and, or, which I don't want to treat now. I'll be treating it when we get to something tangible, such as when we get to our JavaScript class, and also database manipulation. So we are going to discuss other logical operators. We've done that during our SQL training, when we have and, or, and the rest. So we will do that. So my next video, say tonight, is going to be on string manipulation. So just take care and try and practice this. Thank you very much.